Okay, so it's getting started here. I like to trade the market open, so I got 1 minute. Going to set up the bot. I do all 4 of these instruments. So here we go. YM will take 2, and then target will be 40, 20. Settings applied. Okay, YM. At least a 6-point pullback. Okay, for the RTY, I take 2 and offset. I match up with the YM here. I prefer to go a little less, depending on the range, depending on the ATR. So what I do is I adjust my mic first off, but I got 2 time frames, so oh, hold on, signal not found for my short signal. I gotta see what I put in wrong. TS, oh, why is that 2 in there? Perfect. Okay. Okay, now it's found. Okay, good thing I caught that. So. I use 2 time frames. I use the 2 and the 6. I use the 9 on the YM. And what I do is I look for overextension on the 6 and the 9. One way or the other. And overextension to me is when I get money flow and stochastics here at the bottom. Slammed one way or the other. And R squared at the top is the best. And then once I start to see the momentum shifting, I see stochastics shifting. I see money flow, I see momentum starting to shift. Then I go to the smaller time frame and I take my trade. So I already have the bot set up. So nothing I really need to do there, but I can bring it up if I need to see it. And then when the time's right, I'll turn longs or shorts on. And that'll be my trade. So really, there's nothing I need to see on the small time frames until I see what I need to see on the higher time frame here. So I'll fast forward it here in a minute. I could turn it. Well, I have it on 2x already. But really, let's see what's going on down here. Yeah, I honestly don't even need to see the candles down there. I could just look at this. I don't need candles, not at the bottom. And I don't need all these other window panes at the top. I just need the candles, but I'll put them on there. Sometimes they give me additional info. So right now we're just ranging in the middle. It's just been chopped sideways, chop, chop, chop. So nothing here just yet. I gotta wait. So what's the cleanest looking one? Well, the YM looks clean. Had a nice move back here. This is what I'm looking for right back here. Not that time of day. This is what I look for. Money flow slam to the top. Stochastics, I like to see them even higher, but once they start to turn like this, I'll go up top to the smaller time frame and I'll look for my what I call the boom candle, which is a candle that goes down like this. That's a boom candle. But it has to happen on the first couple of the red backgrounds, like the first 1 or 2. That was just chop. This one might have been a nice boom candle there. Could have took that one maybe. Not that it would have been a winning trade, but that's kind of why I don't go at that time of day. So let's have a look. We're at 2x speed. And there's really nothing there for me. Until I see what I need to see on that, on the oscillators on the bottom, I mean, there's nothing. I don't do anything. So, I mean, I can just speed it up. I usually don't trade NQ before 940. R2Y, I'll trade right out of the gate. Yeah, so I don't need to, like I said, I don't need to look up top. I only need to look at the bottom. Yeah. Yeah, I stream to Discord as well. I have the stream into YouTube and Discord. Sometimes the Discord doesn't work, but yeah, like I was saying, until I get these oscillators at the bottom here, until I get them all the way up or all the way down, there's nothing for me to look at. So I'll speed this up. We're at times 6. Might as well. I can go to 10 maybe. I don't like to go too fast because you don't get. I like the screen time. I like watching the candles. Getting that price action reading in. If you go too fast, you don't get to see the nuances of the candles. So we're pushing up here. What time is it? 9:55. So I mean, a lot of it's still centered. We are pushing up a little bit. So if it were up to me, it would just dick around and dog around, but push up until about 11:35, 11:30, 11:25, somewhere around there, when Europe closes, and then I would be looking for shorts if it could do that, and that would be one of my ideal setups. But as far as anything goes right now, we're just in the center. Stochastics are centered, money flow centered, R squared is at the bottom, which tells me there's no real strong direction. The price action isn't tight when R squared is low. RTY is at the bottom, YM, and it's looking a little smoother. So I could see on the 2 minute and down, it looks like a nice, lot of consecutive candles. Yep, this is what I want to see. Just let it push up. Until we get into reversal time. Yeah, I don't like to go too fast on the replay. Okay, what time are we at? 10 o'clock. So we're starting to get up there on the YM. We got the fast stochastics up there, right around 89. Everything else starting to get up there. Same with the ES. We're getting up there. Look. R2Y, we got them all up except for the slow one. Really strong market. Big push. All right. I'm gonna give in, do 20x. See how long this can push. Yeah, trading isn't as exciting as it seems at first. When you do it right, it ain't no fun, to be honest. Just another job. So, and I haven't did replay in a while. Not like this. Not proper replay to test. Just to test the bot and stuff, but not actually trading. So, I'm a little out of practice. Okay. Yeah, Ninjaco. It's I forget what they call it. It's just a free one. They call it Bar Status by Ninja.co. And there's a few different modes you can put it in and stuff, but I just use a little bar. Good enough. Ninja.co. They have a free section. There's probably like, I don't know, 5, 6, or 7 of them. Okay, so the only one that's looking the best for me is the YM. And I like it the best because the stochastics are nice and clean. They're less interweaved with each other. Like if you look at the ES, that's telling me it's, you know, it tells me where the momentum is, but with having multi-stochastics, it tells me the type of momentum that we have. And that's telling me that it is a less decisive momentum as opposed to where YM, the stochastics look like a pickle fork. You know, they're all symmetrical distance from each other, more or less. Well, they're the best anyway out of any of them. But I also need money flow. That's a requirement. Money flow has to be above there. I'll go, if money flow is like at 100 or at 0 and stochastics isn't quite there, I'll be alright with the trade. If it's the other way around where money flow doesn't quite get there, then I'm not taking it. The money flow is like, if I had to have one or the other, it's money flow. Has to be like 95 plus or 5 to 0 for the other way. So far, oh, here we go. I like the way NQ's looking here too now. See, we got money flow coming up there too. What time of day do we got? 10:30. Yeah, YM's getting there, but depending on the time of year, I don't always get too excited about R2Y. Looks like we are going to get a boom candle down though. The R2Y. Oh god, it kind of looks good, but it's like a little bit so strong though. It could just be a little pullback into the ATRs and then a second leg up. Oh, okay, so I'm going to slow this down. I want to think for a second here. I see high volume right at the top. These are high volume delta. Big shift in momentum. What do we got? Money flows at 88. That was a good jump up too. I know I don't like it. It's too much of a V shape already. I want to see a couple of candles of chop and then a nice boom candle down on the 2 minute. Yeah, just it's pulled back too much now. By the time we get a signal, it's already going to be pulled back. Like what, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 ticks from the highs, yeah. Too much. I like to see it pull up, go sideways, and then jump. Push, consolidate, and then push. This is just like a push and a bounce. So. And money flow is... It's only at 85. I'd like to see it a little higher, to be honest with you. Yeah. Now we got ES up to 90 though. Let's see what we got here. I don't think it's 10:30. Nah. Yeah, NQ. I don't know. No, we're getting up to 90 there. Yeah, I mean those, right almost at 100 there. Yeah, I mean that's getting to be pretty acceptable on NQ. Okay, and the thing I like about NQ now is now it's starting to pull up, and this is what's going to give me my sideways motion. Wonder what I have. I should have a box rectangle. I like to see chop box. I like to see it go sideways first. So there's a high, there's a low. So we got a little bit of a range. I want to see that range, and then I want it to change. Where we don't see that in the YM, or sorry, RTY. I can't really draw that same box and have it be valid anywhere because it's just such a sharp reversal. So that's why I don't like RTY as much there. NQ, well, yeah, I mean, we're getting there. Where are we on like the higher time frames? Oh. Push down to highs, pull back. Yeah, well, I don't know. Okay, I'm starting to fancy ES now. I like it to go up there and stay up there for a bit. Do a couple fake outs. This is what I like about RIP 2s. The candles don't go red if it's a down candle. It goes red based on a moving average. I think it's 21 EMA. So it's great because it kind of keeps you out of chop, where you can see here I haven't had a single red candle. Red candle body anyways and all this, so that's telling me we're still up. And here I can do a box right here. There to there I had a box, but now here to here we're starting to get a bit of chop. So that's something I do like to see. YM. If it pulls up a little bit, then we've got a real clear box. Bang, bang. Chitty, chitty, bang, bang. I'm going to... it's got the ghost signal, which means it's going to print a continuation. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's kind of looking good on YM. RTY. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. They look good. They just come down too much, though. It's just being impulsive. Okay. The other one I can really justify, I guess, it's going to be NQ. It has the best chop. I mean, these other ones, YM was looking pretty good too, but it just goes against my strategy. That's all. Where did that come in? There, 50, 40, 30. Yeah, I probably would have had my target there on YM. But I can't say it was an A triple plus setup. Yeah, I do like NQ, the way it's ground up there. Got everything tight. It's been up there for a couple minutes. What, 6, 12, 15, 20 minutes up at the top. It's had a nice chop here. That's what builds up its pressure. It's even got a smaller one if I wanted to try and make this smaller. There's even a little tighter range. More recent would be right there. So we've got a nice consolidation. Comes up, pulls back, breaks highs again, pulls back, consolidates. Everything there going towards the top. Oh god, that YM was nice. Jesus. Same with the RTY. Now I'm going to compare these now that I got them up. So I see NQ coming up. Now I'm going to see what the other ones do. If NQ's leading the market or if it's doing its own thing or if the rest of the market's going to pull NQ. Any one of those three things can happen. So I'm watching ES, I'm watching YM and RTY dump, watching NQ hold, and I'm watching ES look like it wants to come down. If ES, YM, and RTY don't start coming up, it's not looking good for NQ here on the upside. Oh, look at it. OIM. That just kills you. What a nice one. What a nice... And then look at NQ come up like that. Okay. I'm starting to see the ES turnover. It's had some time to consolidate. YM's dumping, RTY's dumping. I turn shorts on for ES. Let's see what NQ's doing. This could be fake news on NQ though. That's what I call it, fake news. When it does something like this, it'll just break the highs there, take liquidity, and then dump out like the rest of them. Not always, but... If it's fake news, that's where it'll be. What the hell? Yeah, I just don't see. With the YM just friggin' staying down like that, I think it's gonna have to hold NQ down. Unless they find support. If YM and RTY find support, which it's finding with some right there from the pre-market, and all of a sudden they start to squeeze up, well then it's just going to help NQ. So, and that's exactly where. Okay, we're seeing huge deltas here. Those are delta bubbles. So huge strong delta, which could indicate the end of the move coming. And then RTY also hitting that high. So there could be a case for longs in the NQ here, being that these are hitting support. And if they start to turn around and squeeze up, they're going to be like an upwind for NQ. If they hold that support there. Now the real zone's going to be right in here is where the congestion is. Oh, I didn't get, oh, I got my order there on NQ. I just friggin' cheesed it though because I did a -2. So there's an entry on my ES. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, lick sweep. And that's why I kind of called fake news, because I seen it coming up like that. But you know, when you see RTY and ES just hanging out and YM and RTY dumping down, it really makes it hard to believe that that wasn't fake news on NQ liquidity sweep, and that's exactly what it was there. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I got my signal. But I put it back. I have it set. What do I have it to? -2 ticks on ES. Probably should be 1 on ES, but in curling over, the momentum's starting to curl over nice. So I don't mind it. Let's see if my stop has enough room. Okay, I'm gonna turn shorts on for NQ because it's had enough time. I mean, we even have like a double chop box there, so little consolidation down low. A little bigger consolidation up top, and yeah, it's building up steam, and it's got to go one way or another. What time of day do we got? 10:51. Okay, so 11 o'clock is a time when things decide they want to move, and then 11:30. So if we don't get good dump outs here, then 11:30 would be the next time when I expect it to kind of start to cool down from this morning run. Actually, was it overnight? We're on June 23rd. So, yeah, it was a good push up overnight. Okay, we're up. I only grab, what's my, I only have 12 ticks on ES, which actually isn't bad for ES. 24 stops, so 2-1. But, RR's bad, but I've gone weeks with no losses. This strategy, I have proof to. So I hit my target on ES. And I'm going to turn automation off. Actually, what I should be doing is disable automation after entry, because that is what I want in this case. That is a setting that I use, because I'll just friggin' leave it on there by accident and it'll be taking the next trade on me. So that is a setting for me. Yep. Let's do that real quick. So I mean, one trade is good for me. Yeah, inverse RR is oh, I just got in on. Oh, what the hell's going on here? For NQ. Do I not have a target? 140 ticks? Why do I have that but no target? It's because I fucked around with it while I was in a trade? Okay, well. Yeah, probably. I wasn't paying attention. I had the audio off on NinjaTrader, so, so what's 140? What's that, 20 points? 20, 40, 60, 80, no. 40 points, 40, 80, 160, 30, 60, 120. Like 35 points, I guess, is about 140 ticks. So 140 divided by 4. So 70 and 70 is 140, half, so 35. So I'm at 9, 10. So about 35 would be my target. Yeah, what a nice move. Wow, big push. Yeah, inverse RR is not for everybody. It's better. I don't know what to say. It's not for everybody. I just like the probability. I mean, if you assume the market's perfect, you know, some people say, hey, the market's perfect. Every price action is perfect. Okay. So if we assume that's true, then automatically, if you invert your RR, then you automatically got to get more than a 50% win rate. That doesn't mean you're profitable. But in general, if you assume that is perfect, then you're going to be giving yourself a better. So I have a 0.5 to 1. So I should be getting a 75% win rate just blindly, trading blindly. Okay. But that only gives me break even, though, at 75. Now, generally, with what I'm doing, I'm 85 to 95, depending on the week. You know, I've had weeks we lose, right? But the average winning weeks, like I think it was like 88 when I used to trade, because I haven't traded in a while. So that's profitable. And I find it, personally, I find it easier. Okay, starting to hold here. I'm going to close that NQ manually because I already had a win. And my rule is like just one win. One and done, really. So I got my full target on ES. I got 20 points on NQ. We're starting to get into that third ATR. That's a point where it could pull back. I see it's kind of losing its momentum. So that would be a done day for me. I would be at 10:59. I would be done. Yeah. That's it. 2 little scalps like that. 12 ticks. I got 12 ticks on ES and 20 points, 20, 40, 60, 80, 70, 80 ticks on NQ and 12 ticks on ES. Good enough. Wow, look at it. Look at the YM there. That was quite the fucking move too, eh? Holy shit. You just don't... Okay, you just don't see that very often. Oh, look at that. That's wild, eh? So... yeah. It's just something you don't see. But, yeah, I mean, the NQ just doesn't look as weak as the other ones either. I mean, it did come down, but... not to the extent the rest of the market is. So that's just telling me the beta's low between NQ and the rest of the market. And now these ones have pushed down so much, they're probably going to be time for a pullback. So you see we're starting to get into that congestion on the YM and the RTY. So, and then now we're coming into 11. So there'll be a bit of a, probably a bit of a pullback. Where's the ES? Yeah, it's starting to come into those highs, not quite there. So, you know, in the event in the next couple minutes, these, the other three want to squeeze up a little bit. That'll be just, that'll be a good primer for NQ, which is, it's stronger than the rest. It's got, seems like it has more upside. Well, I mean, look at YM and then look at NQ. And then look at RTY. Even the ES and NQ, so you can see. And then I also look at the momentum too, right? So now my fast stochastics and stuff, money flow is getting towards that lower threshold too. So that's telling me, you know, not necessarily it's going to turn around, but you might have to hold through some pain at this point. See there, now we're going to get an up candle. See, now this would look all right for a long in the RTY. I'm not going to take it, but I'd watch it. I'd watch it now, just for a quick scalp back up right off the support. That wouldn't be, but that's not part of my playbook, dude. That's the other thing. That's just like me thinking I know how to read the market. So it's not something I can take, but that's what it looks like it's gonna do, but it's not really what my strategy is. It's not just, my strategy doesn't say, hey, if you think If you think the market's going to do this, then go ahead and trade it. No, it's defined. So my higher one, so I'm using 6, and then except for how come I can't see this? No, I use 9 on the YM, and sometimes I use the 3 minute for the smaller time frame. I don't have the instrument loaded up. Well, I can load it up. So YM September 25. Yeah, and then use the 3 minute. It's generally, this was what I found to be a little bit more reliable on the YM, but sometimes I switch over to that, and now my bot's gone. Where's my bot gone? It does not like tabs. Don't use the bot on tabs, because the fucking thing just disappeared. Okay, there it is. But yeah, I just find it to be more reliable that way. But yeah, so I mean, basically that's what I do is I look at the high time frame and I look for stochastics and money flow to be slammed one side or the other, and then I look for what's called a boom candle on the small time frame. So I'm trading a reversal on the big time frame, but I'm just entering on the smaller time frame, and then I kind of watch the stochastics. Like I said, when I'm in the trade, I kind of look to see where it's at. You know, if we're starting to get below 20 on the stochastics and I haven't hit my target and it's kind of slowing down, there's a couple other things, I'll just get out. But other than that, I'm not really, I mean, there's not much to it. The issue is just waiting for it. Depending on the instrument. So 6 and 2 for everything else. 9 and 3 for the YM, but then now I've changed it to 9 and 2 sometimes. Just depends on, it depends on the ATRs really. If YM has a good ATR, then I'll switch down to the lower time frame. If it's a lower ATR, like we're talking, I don't even have my ATR charts up right now because I just closed them. But what is it, like an 80 or 60? If it's low ATR, I'll go up to the higher time frame, because otherwise it's just gonna chop, and the higher time frame will hide that chop. But yeah, I always use the 9 minute on the YM though for the higher time frame, and that's just to get to my stochastics reading. Really, not much to it. I mean, sure, I'll look at the overall market a little more. I have the 15, the 60, and the 240 down below. And so I mean, I'll look at that in the morning just to see kind of where we are in the overall market and look for areas where it could bounce or could come back to. Yeah, a nice bounce off the ATRs. So see, that's long. That's what I call a continuation. We could try that out. So what I call a continuation. So it pushes up, breaks a bunch of stops, goes from green to red, red to green, and that's continuation. Green to red, red to green. And, you know, there's a case for NQ because it's longer than the others. Okay, let's make sure I get a target on this one. And then the shift signals my entry there, and then that's the long. We're almost too high for a continuation. I like it to be, here's like a main high. I'd like to break all that. Green to red, pull back into these highs. Red to green for the long. But I would, if this was live, I would be done because I can't justify anymore. Get my couple little trades and that's it. But there is kind of a case for everything else pushing up now because they've ran into support YM RTY. They're going to squeeze back up now. So being that NQ is a little stronger, man, now it's getting back into its chop area though. You could just fuck around. Yeah, some days I do. I mean, I've had a couple losing weeks, and but I went. Yeah, just discipline, really. It's so hard to just trade properly. That's what it is, right? Because now, see, I already got longs on. I should be done, right? But I'm not going to fast forward to another day. But it's easier. See, here's the thing. I find it's easier in replay to be disciplined for me, Some people say, well, you know, it's a sim account. It's hard to do it right. Well, you just gotta have the. You just gotta do it right. You just gotta treat it right. You know, if you can't have the mindset to say, hey, I'm gonna take this seriously, well, then that's on you. But for me, it's easier because you know why? I do this situation where it's like, okay, I get my 2 wins, like I said earlier, and then I can just switch to the next day and keep trading. Where in live market, I can't switch to the next day and keep trading. So what do? You sit there and you watch and you go, oh, you know, and then you get impulse trade after that. So I've gotten pretty good at not doing that, or switching to a sim account and then go and see. That's why I switched to a sim account most of the time. Sometimes it's like, fuck, I wish it wasn't a sim. But okay, so now, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna turn longs off for now. I wanted to see my signal come in on that first, second at the most, after the background and the candle change. So now if I get a signal, we're getting back into those highs again. And not that it can't break it, but I just don't see an inefficiency there anymore. We're back right into this middle of this range. There's no, to me, there's no, in the middle of the range, there's no probability, so I just wait. We just wait. I'm gonna fast forward. I'm just gonna fast forward and look at these. I could try. I've had good luck in the afternoon, to be honest, with this setup. Seems to be a little bit of less fake out, so I got my 2 wins, no losses. I wonder why my data box isn't coming up. No order types selected. Oh, because I didn't reset this up, did I? You bastard. Okay, basic. Okay. Limit 4. YM. We'll just take a 2 tick pullback. Good enough. 12, 20. Okay, no. It's, when ATR is like 150 to 200, my target is 30 on YM. And, oh, no, it's... I think it's 20 and 40. Anyway, it's been almost 4 or 5 months since I traded. Literally just been coding. A lot of settings. Okay. Yeah, if you're there, the green box is what I updated in the new AutoBot. So now it'll tell you if your signal's right. It'll tell you right here, right now. So it'll highlight the box the right color if your signal's right, and it'll do it for any of them. So that's one of the cool updates I took from Generator. I think that's awesome, and it still shows in the data box too, which is cool. So yeah, I think that's wicked. And then these are colored, but just for no reason, just because. Why not put a bit of color? Okay, I don't use any moving averages. Okay, so the built-in one for the candle color is the 21 EMA. So if it's below the 21 EMA, the candles are red. If it's above, the candles are green. And that also plays into the signals. So you're not going to get a bullish signal when the candles are red. You're not going to get a bearish signal when the colors are green. And then these other lines are just the ATR lines. Like I call it LT ones, so lightning trend. So it's ATR and momentum. So I don't even have, this is still the old template. It's called RIP2 Alpha. You would recognize it as Riptide. So I'm still running an old version because this is a template I just pulled up. It was a workspace I pulled up from like 6 months ago. So it's just all old shit, but it has my proper settings. So yeah, that's all. I don't have any moving averages. This thing down here is a moving average. It's like a 180, 200, and 220. But it's not super important to what I do. No, I can put a setting in Riptide where the candles, you can change that. So in the new Riptide, I put in the settings for, I don't know if you got the new Riptide, if you even know that there's one out. Or yeah, you do because I updated it for you. So Yeah, so now you can change the background. There's settings for the background, which is an ATR setting. It's like it's like Bollinger Bands, but except for average true range. So basically, if you picture it as a Bollinger Band above and below, when it breaks the lower band, the background turns red, and it'll stay red until it breaks the upper band. So you can't see them. I call them pseudo bands because you can't actually see them, but that's what the math is for ATR. So now you can adjust the width of those bands and the period they calculate on. So I think that the default's an 8 period, which is 8 candles back. And then the default width is like 1.2. So 120% the ATR. So you can change that for the background. But yeah, I can do that for the candles too. It's just a 21 EMA. That's all it's based on, but I can throw a setting in there to, make it higher or lower. I kind of want to make Riptide more customizable. I mean, it is pretty customizable, but I mean, I could add more to it. What time of day is it anyways? 11:30. I don't want to slide the bar. I want to go to tomorrow at 9:30, but I hate sliding the bar because it's going to disable my strategies. And there's nothing I can do about it. Yeah, but if I don't, it's just not going to work. So today's the 23rd, it's the 24th. Yeah, well, bit the bullet. Yeah, well, the presets are good, or the templates. I mean, that's an obvious feature to have for that, but it's going to probably take a while with 3, 6, 12, 24 charts up. Actually, no, the AutoXbot came back on, so I don't know why it came back on for me. But now I gotta... Alright, well that's kind of cool, I guess. Oh, but it goes back to default settings, eh? I wonder if there's a way I could change that. Okay, so default is yes. Oh, fucker. Okay, basic. Okay, we're just gonna do... I don't want 4 tick pullback. Yes. I'll just do 1 because it could be choppy. Oh, disable after entry. Okay. Let's save this. Okay, this one, I'm just gonna do 2. 15, depending on ATR, and then 30, and disable. Okay. What did I didn't apply settings there? I'll also change that to the settings applied, and then apply settings. That's kind of something I took from Generator as well. Some cool things. Okay, NQ. At least 4. Take profit is 70. 40. Oh, but I do twice the size on YM, just because the tick value versus my target. Yeah, that's how I do it. Okay, 1, 2, 4. Disable under entry. Okay. We got layout. Sure. 2, 2, yeah, 15, 30. We keep the same settings for our 2x. Unless it starts chopping. And I probably just won't trade it. Okay, so settings applied for everything. Oh, disable after bar entry. Okay, 1x, I can hit play. Okay, we're good. Holy Christ, what the hell is going on here? Why is the YM shooting down, but the other ones are doing the complete opposite? That's something crazy. Yeah, you gotta remove it. I don't think anything will... I don't know what'll happen. I'm surprised you can import it with the old one on there. But yeah, you just go to... I'm sure you've done it. Tools, remove Ninja Script Assembly. And then once the list comes up, you just find, I think AutoXbot works. It'll take a second to come up, or it's come up on a different screen for me somewhere. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, and then you just click on it, and then you click remove. Yeah, that's why. Yeah. And then you'll get the new one here, where it's got the boxes that highlight, and then this. And I have like a couple safety checks in there. Well, I fixed a couple little things that weren't working. The lock-in button, it was causing, if you clicked it, if you spam the lock-in button, you just kept spamming it, eventually it would cause an error. So I put a safety in there, and I put like an additional safety, so once your trade is like, it closes, it already had it, but I guess sometimes it didn't work, so that basically it closes the trade, and then it has a check to see, okay, we've closed the trade, is everything done, are all the orders gone, is there any like orphaned orders, they call it. That was in there, but I guess sometimes it wasn't in the right spot. So now once all of that is done, then it does it again. It's got a secondary check to see if there's any orders floating around anywhere. So I added that to AutoXbot. Just so you know, there's a 250 millisecond cooldown after every trade. So once a trade closes, if you were to get a signal within a quarter second, 250 milliseconds, it actually has a cooldown period where it won't take that. And that's just to get the broker time to like process orders before you start sending another order. Because that's how you get stuck orders sometimes, as you've seen. Where you have that order that's orange and you can't close it. So sometimes like scenarios like that happen. So there is a 250 millisecond delay. So if you ever notice that like it gets out of a trade and it misses a signal that happened right after a trade, that's going to be why. It's just like a safety thing I put in there. Alright, where are we for the trades? YM up, ES down, NQ up, RTY down. Down hard too, holy cow. The GeneratorX, I forget what's new. It might even just be the logo. I don't know what version you have, but... yeah, I'm trying to get that signal, get it to recognize like the plots. I want it to recognize, hey, you know, stochastics is at 80 or 82. It's just really hard. It's so hard to code, and I just can't get it yet. I'll probably get it, but for now, I just have the states in there, so it's kind of a workaround. I can also make another workaround for my indicators where basically I just get it get it to print a signal on the chart, like an invisible signal that you can't see that comes up in the list. So if you want, you know, I don't know how much you use stochastics, but yeah, stochastics was, I would just use generator logic. So if stochastics was below this, you know, within the last 3 bars, and it comes above the 20 or below the 80, it could just pop a signal on the chart, and then you use that signal in generator. But it's kind of like a hack workaround way. I'd rather just get it to recognize the values right away. So you can say, hey, you know what? It needs to be, stochastics needs to be 60 or greater for long entries, or 70 or greater. So we'll get there, but for now. Ooh. Oh shit. Yeah, I can't even tell you how hard that was. It's like I've done some hard things in my life, but that was, it was pretty hard. The thing was, I didn't even know if all this was possible. I didn't even know if it was going to work. I just worked on one little thing at a time, but no, it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, so yeah, I could get it. I got the orders working right. That was like a big step, which was, I only ever had market orders. I got target 1 with a stop and a target. I got that, and I was happy. I was like, okay, great, here we go. Let's move on. I'll work on some like exit management, blah blah blah. Okay, I got exit by signal. I got break even working. I got trailing stop working. Okay, great. Okay, let's see what happens if I do it with 6 targets. Try trailing. Doesn't work. Try exit. Oh, well, it'll do the first one, but all the other orders are fucked up. Okay, so I gotta go back and figure out this, and I did that. Okay, so I had to recode like everything for it to work with multiple targets. Like completely overhaul everything. Finally, I got it working. That probably took 2 weeks. Alright, great, let's go try exit management. Of course, oh, it doesn't work. Break even. No, it doesn't work. Trailing. No, it doesn't work. It's completely different code now because I had to update it for the code I used for one target didn't work for multiple. Okay, fine. Alright, what happens if I do 10 for the quantity instead of 1? Oh, well, it doesn't work. You can do multiple targets with 1, but you can't do more than 1 contract per target because now it fucks it up. Okay, how do I fix that? Fix it. Takes a while. Alright, let's try exit management. No, it doesn't work anymore. Break even doesn't work anymore. Trailing doesn't work anymore. So I got to redo those. Same thing with the custom buttons. I got into custom buttons. Did a couple. They worked. Reworked this. Okay, it broke the buttons. Oh, fuck. It was just like... It seemed like 1 step forward, 5 steps back, but it was... Some days it was like that, but it was definitely like the 2 step forward, 1 step back thing. Just always in circles. Yeah. I had to figure it out. There was a point where I was so stuck I didn't even know what to do. I mean, I use AI to help me code, but I mean, it can only do so much. I'm not so good at coding myself, like it's writing it, but coming up with the logic is something I had to do, otherwise it wouldn't have worked. I had to tell it, hey, this is what we're gonna do to make targets work. We're gonna do it this way, and do it like this and that. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it looks fucking sick. I love having this window. So easy. Rather than having to go like here and play with my, even if I just want to play with the settings, well, it won't even let you fucking play with anything. And there's nothing there. You want to see an old one if you're watching. AutoXbot IQ beta. Okay, this was what I did before AutoXbot works. Take a look at this menu. I got to here and I was like, I was trying so hard to make this menu do what my external window was doing by hiding things until I needed them, but it just wasn't working. I just couldn't do it. So take a look at this. Take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3, exit management. Okay, imagine opening the window and trying to figure this out. You're scrolling through this like, what the fuck? I mean, I told Greg, I'm like, man, it's got a lot of functionality, but I don't know how we're gonna get like people who've never used NinjaTrader to open up this window and fucking figure it out. It's just not gonna work, man. Like, look at it all. It's still going. There's lock-in mode 1, lock-in. And these are all options that we have on AutoXbot, but, you know, just done in a more proper way. Audio alerts. Yeah, that was cool. I never actually put that into the last version. Row position countdown. So for each button, okay, custom button 5, then you would see, you know, there's the time block part. There's the break-even part. And even me looking at this, it's like, holy fuck. Okay, data box. There's data box 1, all the settings. Data box 2, custom button 6. It's obviously not perfectly, but this is what it was before, and I'm like, man, I gotta figure out a way to get this more organized, because, like, this is fucking... I'm still scrolling, by the way. Lock-in ticks. There's the lock-in button. Trailing drawdown. Oh, max. Or... yeah, I used to have something, I was trying to get it to work like a prop firm where it had a high watermark trailing drawdown, but I didn't end up doing all that. But yeah, so I mean, that's what it looked like before, so this is why I was like, fuck. I mean, there's no way I can just give people shit like this. And then you can't do anything. Like, this is what I hate. You go click off it, and it's like, well, fuck. I don't want it to, like, totally fucking cramp my style when I'm trying to do other things. If I just want to look at it, you know, if I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, TP2, you know, sometimes I like to do that. You know, just pull up the window and kind of think, okay, well, if I had this, you know, and I did break even at, or trailing stop, I did it at maybe 15, you know, and then I look here, and I like the fact that I can do that. So even if I wasn't selling this is just a cool tool for me to have. It's what I would want. Okay, where are we here? Yeah, it's good. Yeah, thanks for the help today too. Appreciate it. Well, I wonder what was up. What does she mean she needed to... what was wrong with her system anyways? She said she needed to get her instruments downloaded. Well, maybe she didn't have market data going, or didn't have the right name for the instrument up top. Okay, where are we here? Oh, okay. Yeah, and I don't even have them. I'm just using normal Hike and Ashy here because I wouldn't even know what to set the Vega bars on. I don't know if Vega bars even really work on ES, because ES is such a tight range. I'd be surprised if they work well. I think they were really good for NQ. Probably a YM. Okay, where are we here? Pushing up again. Up, up, up. Yeah, ES is a turd. Look at that. That's just bullshit. It's kind of fucked up too. So, if today was live, I'd be focusing on YM and NQ in this case. They're kind of looking the smoothest. If you look at ES, it's kind of a shitty whatever. Money flows down, stochastics are all over the place. It's just chop. Not interested. R2Y. I don't know what the hell it's doing. That huge push down, huge push up, so it's all over the place. NQ actually has direction and YM, and they're going together. So those are the ones I'd be looking at, and more so, I guess, well, money flow is maxed right the fuck out on YM, so that's actually really good. Like I said, oh, and it's maxed right out on NQ as well, so I will give the stochastics a bit of lenience if they don't get over 90. I'd still probably might take a stab at it, depending on time of day. 9:44. Oh, we'll see. Turn this down a little. Okay, yeah. You can trade options on NinjaTrader too if you got the data feed for it. which is kind of cool. Oh, it's good to trade. Oh, I haven't traded in a while. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm really starting to tighten up those stochastics on NQ there. Tightening right up. Trading view spoiled. What's that mean? Where everything's just so easy. You never have an issue. Trading view is good for that, I have to say. Even if you make indicators, it's easy to send them to people. Yeah, exactly. It's NinjaTrader's kind of like, I'd call it like kind of old school clunky. Reminiscent of Windows. I don't, you know, I'm a more of a Mac guy. I don't have any Apple computers, but it's because I trade. That's why I don't. But I started out on Apple when I was young, and that was always my jam. I always hated Windows. I thought they were clunky and they ran like shit. I still think that. You can just get a lot of bullshit issues with Windows that you don't get in Apple. And that's what Trading View reminds me of. Trading View's kind of like Apple, and NinjaTrader's kind of like Windows. You know, so I don't know what to say. Maybe it's just the nature of C#. I don't know. I don't even know what Apple's built on, but I know Windows is built on C#, and so is NinjaTrader. So I don't know. You can do a lot with it, but not sure it does it in the most elegant way. But yeah, I mean, I can't build shit like this on TradingView, or else I would. So, I don't know. Build my own platform, my own trader. I call it NinjaView. Be a combination, TradingView and NinjaTrader. Take the best of both. Rip them off. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've been using Ninja since like the dawn of time for me in my trading for like 8 years. Well, I mean, not trading that long, but I didn't even have enough money to trade at first, and 8 years ago they didn't have prop firms, or maybe, well, I think they did actually, but I had no idea about them, and I was only looking at stocks or options too, so I didn't have the money, so I figured, well, okay, well, I can do market replay on NinjaTrader for free, and, you know, I can demo trade for free, so that was it. And a lot of programs, I bought a lot of stuff, and a lot of it was from NinjaTrader most of the time. So, kind of have a long history in NinjaTrader. So you get used to it. I mean, I guess there are enough problems, but you run into the problems like twice, and then eventually you know exactly how to fix it, so you just go ahead and fix it right away, and then it doesn't seem like a big problem. Like if you have a stuck order, I guess you know now, you just turn the data on and off and you're good to go. So a lot of these things I don't think twice about, because I don't know, I don't have the indicator. There's nothing that, it's the replay and the indicators for me, and I can't get that anywhere else, I don't think. Well, some of them that I bought I can't, because they only offered on Ninja, just things I bought over the year. So it's just how it is. But yeah, you're not going to get this level of automate. You can't automate anything on TradingView, I don't think. Like, I don't even think you can get in on bar close or anything. So I honestly hope they keep it that way. Yeah, there's only one, eh? That's pretty good. And that's only for now, because, I mean, anything can be coded. What do you want? Let me know. I might get bored. See, indicators are easy for me. Sometimes I can do them in a couple hours. But even, I've done some in less than a half hour. Simple ones, but There might even be a free version. I got a ton of scripts too. I know Greg has a lot of scripts, but I have a ton of free scripts from NinjaTrader. Shit that I don't even have loaded into this version. So depending on what it is, I might already have it. Unless it's some custom thing on TradingView, then might not have it. In the newer version of NinjaTrader, they added something. I think it was like, what the fuck do they use in ICT? So zones. It's like a gap. Fair value gap. Yeah, they have that. That's a new one from Ninja. Yeah, shit, look at that move on YM. Just, I don't know. Oh yeah. It's too bad. What does it do? Does it put up signals? Does it just mark pivot points or something? Or maybe it shows the signals. I mean, there's not a lot that people invent as far as trading indicators go. Multiple time frame pivot points. I mean, that's easy. Yeah. Oh crap, look at it go. What time is it? 10:06. Oh, 10 right on the dot. Okay, I don't have it loaded. I don't have a multi-time frame on me at the moment. I think there's a free one for Ninja like that. I don't know if you're going to be doing monthly and quarterly or yearly. Oh, quarterly, monthly, yearly. Because the contracts change, so I don't know if it'll register that on NinjaTrader. It might though. Depending on which ones you use. But yeah, that's a cool tool. Oh, the S1, R1, S2, S3. Yeah, those I don't know what those are calculated on. The standard pivots, I guess. Because there are people, I know people use pivot points, and I don't even know what they're calculated on. They're just called them like floor trader pivots. I have no idea exactly what they're calculated on, but looks like it has both. I know you can get up to probably like monthly. I think there's an indicator. Looks like I don't have it on me at the moment, but it's a handy little tool. Yeah, there's multi-time frame indicators out there for that. I've seen it. I just don't have it loaded up on my computer. I don't have it in my Ninja Scripts folder either. But I know I've seen a multi-time frame pivots. Depending on what you use, you can manually do it. So if you know how many 1 minute candles are in a week. I know that's for moving averages. Never mind. Yeah, I'll look for one for you. Something I've come across. That ain't too bad. You know what? That's worst case. I can code it. That ain't that big of a deal. That one. Let's see if I can't get a trade here. 20 times speed. I'm still looking for a short on NQ. That YM was good too. Just looked like it had pulled back too much. But I am looking at the 2 minute. Maybe I should be looking at the 3 minute. Okay, there's the big boom candle for, and there's NQ. I should pop a signal. It's got a back wick, so it probably won't pop a signal. Too much back wick. Oh, it'll got a ghost signal, so it'll pop a continuation. Oh, maybe not. But I don't have continuation set. There are no back wick. It might do it now. Yeah, Wick City. Look at that fucking thing. 66, 76, 86, 25. 30 point just a wick. Oh. Yeah, nice congestion there. And then Q. Could go either way. I don't know if that's a continuation or not. Probably because that huge wick grabbing liquidity. I think it's more likely to break highs. There's a nice pivot there, so what that tells me, there's liquidity sitting right above that too. So it'll probably at least grab that. Go ahead. I kind of lost my opportunity there. Yeah, man. Okay, so nothing good anymore. I need NQ to push up, break highs. Something. Gotta get that momentum overextended. Jeez, look at this market go. Holy cowsers, look at RTY. It's quite the move. Yeah, I still like NQ to the short side. That's why I have shorts on. See what happens. Getting to 11 now, I like that. Ooh. Alright, got in. Stops in a pretty good spot. If it goes there, then, you know, I don't want to be in it anyways. Hold on. I might be interested in RTY now. Of course I am. I hit my stop there. I'm gonna size up. That should have been 2, so now it's gonna be 4. Oh. Oh yeah. I do like RTY here. For obvious reasons. Look at money flow, stochastics. I'd like to see money flow higher on ES. Okay, there we go. Oh, we got in short, RTY. Yeah, almost hit the target there. Then a couple ticks, right? Within 2 ticks. Got a little bit. Okay, target hit on RTY. Still down a little bit on the day. Good trade though. Doesn't, I mean, that's textbook. Doesn't get any better than that. YM will be textbook too. I do like NQ. It's just so extended. Well, what a nice run on RTY. Yeah, it was moving nice and slick today. We had that move in the morning, which was odd, but then it come right back up, and she's just moving today. So we gotta love that. See if we can't nail one of these other ones. They're getting pretty prime. YM especially is just prime. Haven't even had a red candle in forever. Look at RTY doing its own thing. Alright, see if we can get that short on the NQ here. She's about prime. The YM too. Looks like we're gonna have to wait till noon. Might even be 12:15. Yeah, it's gonna be a 12:15 kind of day. RTY is just doing its own thing today. Whatever, like YM though. Oh, we got in short on the yes, sir. Let's see if we can't make something out of it. Oh, we got in short there on the YM, which is really the one I wanted. So I'm gonna just kind of get rid of the NQ there. Actually, you know what? I like it still. Still looking good. And we're done. Some losses on those. 1220. It's about time to shut her down. So, yeah, if you're interested, you're watching the stream. Any of these tools, this is the automated trading system. You have custom buttons. You know, you have manual entry if you want it. It'll execute whatever your settings are here. And then we have this tool called Generator. So, I mean, you can combine different signals. So if I had, you know, like, for example, this is what I have for my TS buy signal. Let's say, that's this bullish shift, but say I wanted the continuation, because they're both long signals. Let's say I wanted to do either or. Either or those would do. I want to set this up so it can take two different signals for a long. I don't care which one of these, continuation. So then you just put the first signal that you want, and then you just add what's called an operator. You just do or signal, and then it's X-weight buy label, I think. Buy signal. Okay. So then, and then you just hit apply, and then it's going to create what's called a master signal. So it'll print a master either when this one comes up or when this one comes up. So then you just go here and you type in this signal name here. But I don't know if I'm on the right chart. No, I'm not. So this was for which chart? For this one. Okay, here we go. So if I do it here, there, it's found it. So then in this case, now it's just going to take the master signal. That's the long. And then what's within that master signal, you have the TS buy signal or just the buy signal. And that's either one of these. So that's kind of how it works. The generator just takes things on your charts, groups it all into one master signal, and then you just put the master signal in AutoXbot. So, I mean, that's how this tool works. So, pretty handy. If you're interested, go check out the website, check out the Discord, poke around, 2 weeks free trial for anybody and everybody. And if you watch this, thanks for watching. Comment below and tell me what you think. I'm gonna be